Hello guys, welcome back to my channel The Nature and the Wild. So I got a couple of questions. People were asking how I edit my pictures inside the Lightroom or Photoshop or different kind of editing tool. So guys, I always use Lightroom as my first and primary editing tool. I do not overshoot or over edit my pictures because I don't like them to look more plastic and more crispy. So I use a certain process which is very minimum, and today I'm going to show you in next 5 to 10 minutes. Please stay with me. I have selected a couple of pictures for you, and hopefully this will give you some more understanding. If you look at this picture, there is a lot of stuff. These pictures, you can see these areas, they're over highlighted. Also the background is too light, and it's very there are too much shine in the picture. So we need to edit this picture and make it sure that this picture looks perfectly fine. So this is one of our subject. Then we have another picture. If you look at this picture, this is very dark because I took this picture when it was almost end of the evening, and you see a lot of grains on the pictures here, a lot of dark spots. So we're gonna edit this picture also in a proper way. And the third one we're going to work one of these, this barn owl. You can see it's already looking very sharp and nice. So what I'm gonna do, I'm going to look at this barn owl. Too much highlights here, too much light. So first, you need to have a theme. You need to have a design in your mind, a process in your mind, what your end pictures will look like. So you have to imagine it. I always try to make my pictures little bit format because they give really nice texture and nice combinations to the pictures. Let's import them inside Lightroom. So if you press R, it will come into the crop mode, but you don't need to crop the pictures a lot if they're already filling out your frames. But I will still make it a little bit more shorter. Enter. Great. So this all highlighted area we need to work. But first thing first, always understand you don't need to over edit your pictures. Okay. So what I'm gonna do, I always like to first select my background and edit the background, and then I come to the foreground. But select the subject tool, select the background. It takes a little bit time depending on your machine. So, and if you see, there are a lot of other subjects also got selected, so I want to remove them. So let's take a remove brush and slowly remove them. This is pretty much the selection. Really need to look at it. I don't want to just unnecessary doing thing. Okay, great. So now the subject is completely isolated from the background. Let's work on the background. First thing first, I want to get rid of those highlights. Little bit change the color, make it more perfect. Okay. What I did, guys, I just take out the texture and clarity of the background. I make it a little bit more bluish because I want that sky a little bit popped up, and the exposure is completely perfect, and I just increase the noise reductions from the background. Okay, now the second, let's select the subject. If you have more highlights like this area, the color of the eagle, African eagle, by the way. So what I'm gonna do, I'm going to just take out the highlights first from here, so that will give me nice tone rather than work. If you see, if I remove the highlights, it's getting perfectly fine. Okay guys, so Next thing is and little bit increase the exposure, because when I compensate the highlight, it was just taking out all the highlights and the white points. And I will enhance the color a little bit. Perfect. Very only +5, not more than that. Next thing is very important. If you increase the texture and the clarity of the subject, it will pop out more. It will look like very crispy. Okay, and enhance the sharpness a little bit, not too much, otherwise it looks very plastic. At this point we don't need to do anything else. Next, what I like to do, I took a brush and I always paint over the eyes, because I like the eyes to look more clear. So I will take the shadows off from the eyes a little bit, nice and clear. Perfect. Great. So we are done with the editing of the picture. You see, I haven't done a lot of changes, but this is really great. Now the final thing, I always like to use the denoise functionality from Lightroom, because it's really precise. It will give you the nice picture, nice output. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to click on the denoise, let it analyze the picture. And you can select this denoise amount more than 50%, but believe me, 50% is more than enough, and that is absolutely great for your pictures. So I will keep it at 50%, which is automatically going to take at least 4 minutes depending on the speed of your computer. And now I'm going to click enhance. You can see here is a progress bar which can show you how fast it is going. So I can see it's already 10% as it. So guys, it's 100% complete, and now we have got the image which is fully processed. You can see all the highlights, everything is done. I will put this image just right after the video so you can compare it and you can have a look how fantastic it came out. The last what I try to do, I just try to make it a little bit more polished. So I play with little bit with the contrast, give it more darker sense, little bit the darken out. Great. Round about 10. And the best is I always use some vignette just to isolate the subject. You can see guys, our image is ready, and let's extract it. Great guys. So you have seen how quickly I've edited the first image rather than doing so many adjustment changes, make it more crisp, because the image was already absolutely fine. It was looking marvelous inside the camera. When I look at my viewfinder, the preview was good in the CR3 mode, because I shoot in the CR3, so which is a raw format of Canon, and most of the time if the preview is not good on your computer screen, so that means the image is not too much, so there is not much scope to do a lot of stuff with the image. But this image was already great. So I have a nice image. Let's move to our next image, the darkest one. So guys, you can see this dark image. I can show you how much grain and noise is there. Look at this. There is so many stuff on the image that we need to work on. So let's go ahead. Oh, Lightroom is quite intelligent nowadays, using a lot of AIs, and select most of the stuff very well. But I have to select some few places myself here, Great. So perfect. Let's use little bit of the subtraction on the, I don't want it to eat this up because we need to do a lot of work on it. What? So first thing first, let's look at the background. The exposure is very down, is dark, perfect for my kind of mood, but still I can little bit increase it. Nice. Round about 0.14, and I can change the background color. You see, it's a little bit on the blue side. That looks perfectly fine all the time. It will enhance it. Perfect. Going to the texture, and I'm going to take out the texture and the clarity completely. This is a key, guys. This is my thing. I always take out the texture and the clarity from the background because that takes extra sharpness out and give it a more creamy texture. And I'll take the sharpness and I will put the noise reductions fully. So it looks amazing. Now next, move to the subject. And I have to expose a little bit. But before exposure, let's work on the shadows. Let's take the shadows that clear a lot of stuff. Perfect. And then I have to take the, this is also nice. Perfect. Let's work on its texture, clarity, sharpness. And guys, one more thing. I have to take another brush because I still see a lot of highlights because the white pieces on his chest is getting really. So I select this, I select the chest of the bird and take the, put the exposure a little down and the highlights. I think this is perfectly fine, not too much. Great. So guys, we are almost done. I want to little bit crop the image, make it a little bit centric here, here. Perfect. Okay guys, now let's do the next part. This is done. Let's go to our denoise and enhance it about 50%. Let's go to our old picture of the African eagle. I have it here. You can compare both the images. Look at the sky, the changes I have done on the sky, on the neck of the eagle, which was very much highlighted. The light was too much, it's almost burned out. Enhance it, the color of the feathers and the pouch, everything is perfectly set up. Although you can see little bit highlights here, but that is because of my camera is recording directly the screen. But I also put the image in the video so you can have a look. The difference is quite visible. I crop the image, I work on the background. The background was too pale, too green. I make it a little bit on my lovely color. Definitely guys, if you follow this workflow and you can seriously edit your images and they will be really good looking. So guys, I hope you like this video and let me know if you have any questions, put it in the comment and definitely I will get back to you. And I hope this was quite informational and you can follow my workflow to edit your images. Please like, share and subscribe my channel and see you in the next episode. Thanks a lot.